Before we start this video, I just want to say this tournament was so good. It's probably in the top 3 tournaments I think I've ever watched in sports, maybe. I don't know if it was better than the FIFA World Cup 2014. I think that was still my favorite ever. But this one, definitely the best Euros I've ever seen. And I think it was better than the last World Cup, to be honest. Yeah, so it's probably my second favorite tournament of all time. But it was just so entertaining. It made me like football like so much more. Every game I was excited to watch, even though it wasn't a team that I wanted to win or whatever. It just brought so much excitement and such a great tournament. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think a lot of people thought the same too. Comment down below if you guys had fun watching this tournament. For me, it was my second favorite tournament to watch all time. So the first thing I wanted to talk about just for a couple minutes is the final, of course. It was a great final, such a great start for England. I was cheering for England. I was really sad that they lost, and it was such a terrible way to lose on penalties. Of course, it's England. Who else was going to lose the tournament on penalties? And I just feel so bad for Rashford, Sancho, and Saka for sure. They all did good shots. Actually, Rashford hit the post, so he could have done better. But the other two, they shot it in the net, and the goalie made a nice save. So please do not abuse them. It's terrible to see what people have been sending messages and stuff and racist stuff to these players, but please do not do that. It's just a game at the end of the day. But of course, I'm just waiting for the World Cup. It can't come soon enough, even one day after watching this tournament end. So yeah, first, just overall, just please do not send those abusive messages and stuff. It's terrible for our game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And so we're going to go over the player awards now. So the player of the tournament was Donnarumma, the Italian goalkeeper, which it was deserved, but I think if England won, I think Pickford should have won it. I think Pickford should have won the Golden Glove, but I think it went to Schmeichel. From Casper is his dad, I'm pretty sure. But it went to Schmeichel from Denmark, who pretty much he was a big part of their semi-final run. But I don't think he was the best goalie. I think Pickford eventually should have won that, but it doesn't really matter. And of course, Italy won the final, so they are the champions. I think it's their second time ever winning it, second or third. I think the last time they ever won it was in '68, so they've waited a long time, but they have won some World Cups since then, for sure, unlike England. But yeah, and the young player of the tournament was well-deserved for Pedri for Spain, who played really well. I think he's 18 or 19 years old, almost same age as me, basically, and he was the best player for Spain for sure. I think Spain deserved to win that semifinal game. They're unlucky, just like England, on penalties, and Italy eventually beat them out. But yeah, Pedri well deserved for the young player of the tournament. Now I wanted to do something a little bit more fun and do the best and the worst kit of the tournament. So I did a kit away and home rankings, 2 different videos. I'll link them in the description if you guys are interested. I did those 2 videos, but after watching it, my opinions have changed. So the worst kit, in my opinion, was the Czech Republic away kit. I'm looking at it right now, and it was just so plain, so boring, and they just wore all white with it. And yeah, the Puma kits did not. They disappointed me this tournament. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's going to be my least favorite kit that I saw in the games. And my favorite kit is going to be the Netherlands home. Now, I just love how they wore the all orange. It looked so clean, just no black shorts or anything, just the black trim on the jersey. It looked perfect, and too bad they didn't go farther in the tournament, as they went out in the round of 16 to Czech Republic, who's actually wearing those kits, actually. So that's a little ironic, but yeah, those are going to be my best and worst kits of the tournament. Alright, so we're going to look at our best 11. This is going to be my opinion, but I think most people have a kind of similar set. Maybe midfielders have been changed around for a bunch of people, but usually the center backs and the forwards are around the same for almost everyone's best 11. So we're going to start with our goalkeeper. So our goalkeeper for the best 11 is going to be Jordan Pickford. Now I had some debating between Jan Sommer of Switzerland and Donnarumma and even Schmeichel, of course, but I had to go for Pickford. He really made some amazing saves, probably made the best saves out of any goalie besides maybe Sommer. Sommer was great in the shootout. But yeah, for me, it was had to do Pickford because of just how much he carried England and just the saves he made at the right moments. True center backs are going to be Chiellini and Maguire. Now both these guys just carried their teams in the defense. You could say Stones and Bonucci were also really well, played well, but I think these two really led their defense, and the defense led them to the final basically for both teams, in my opinion. So Chiellini was great for Italy, their captain, and he just made some great stops and was a great player, and eventually led them to the win. And also Maguire almost led them to the win. He scored a great penalty in the shootout. But eventually, these are going to be my two center backs. They both played great, and they both really impressed me. Fullbacks for the best 11, in my opinion, were Meili and Dumfries. Now both teams, or Netherlands didn't go that far, but I thought Dumfries was great, and he was definitely their best player. And I think he's going to get bought by a bigger club now after this performance. He scored some great goals, had a couple assists, I think, as a fullback, and he was good defensively, except for that last game, I guess. But that was unlucky because they got a red card. And Meili. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name that well, but yeah, he played great as well. He was Denmark's probably best player. And yeah, he was great, and too bad he got shut down by England in their semifinal because I didn't notice him that much in that game. But other than that, he was great throughout the tournament, and these are my best two fullbacks in my opinion of the Euro. So my best midfielders, in my opinion, for the best 11 are going to be Pedri, Busquets, and Jorginho. Now starting with the Spain guys, the Spanish team played really well. They impressed me. I thought they were going to go out in the round of 16 or quarterfinals. I forget what I predicted, but yeah, Busquets played really well. He played as a center back a little bit too, actually, but I thought I'd put him in the midfield, and he was one of the best players for Spain for sure. And he's still really underrated as he plays for Barcelona. And yeah, this tournament really showed me how good he is. And then Pedri. As a 19-year-old, forget what it was, but he played great as well. It's too bad they lost to Italy because I think they would have played better in the final. They deserve to go to the final, in my opinion. But yeah, Pedri played really well, and I can't wait to see him grow as a player. He's going to be great throughout his career because it's just starting now. And then Jorginho, probably one of the top two best players for Italy, in my opinion, scored the winning penalty in the semifinal against Spain. Yeah, not much else to say about him. He played great throughout the tournament and was one of the best midfielders. So these are my three midfielders for the best 11. And looking at our forwards here for the best 11, they're going to be Ronaldo, Schick, and Sterling. So starting with Sterling, he played great, as all these guys did, and he scored the most goals for England. Oh no, Harry Kane scored more, but he got 3 goals for England, I'm pretty sure. And he was one of their best players almost every game. He's just so fast. He broke through defenses, and yeah, not much else to say. But if you watch the games, you would notice how good he is. And next is going to be Pavel Schick, I think that's his name. But Schick was great, scored 5 goals. He tied for the Golden Boot, but I think Ronaldo won it by some other tiebreaker. But Schick really impressed me. I didn't know who he was, but now I do. And I'm lucky to see those games that he played well. And he had one of the best goals in Euro history, scoring on Scotland, of course, from the halfway line. I'm sure the Scottish love hearing about that. But yeah, that was a really good performance and a great tournament for Schick. And lastly, he's going to be Ronaldo, the Golden Boot winner, even though he only played 4 games. So 5 goals in 4 games. Just a quality performance once again by Ronaldo. He keeps proving that he is deserved to be talked in one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest. I don't really try to debate it because it's so hard with Messi, but Ronaldo, once again, it's such a great performance in 4 games. Although 2 of his goals were penalties, I think still, as we can see throughout the tournament, it's hard to put in a penalty, hard to score them. So it just shows you how good he is. And yeah, that's going to be my 3 forwards for the best 11. So comment down below your best 11, your maybe worst 11. I don't have time to do that, but maybe I'll do that in a different video. But yeah, I could just put the whole Turkey 11, to be honest, and that would be the best 11 because they were the most disappointing team. The last thing I want to talk about is the most entertaining and best game of the tournament, and I had to put that as the Switzerland-France round of 16 game that went to penalties. Personally, that was probably one of the best matches I think I've ever watched. I started watching it, and then it was 1-0 for Switzerland, and then they got a penalty. I thought Switzerland were going to be on the brink of winning it with that penalty, and that was at the end of the first half, I think. And the penalty got saved by Lloris, so that gave the momentum to France, who then scored 3 straight goals. Benzema scored 2 in like 5 minutes, I think. This is at the start of the second half. And then Pogba with one of the best goals of the tournament for sure, with an unbelievable strike into the top corner. And from there on, I almost turned the TV off because I knew France were going to win it. And then you can just see the fight in Switzerland. They just clawed back with 2 goals from Seferovic. I think he scored 2 goals, and the tying goal in like the 89th minute. And the best part was this fan right here. I think you must have seen him already. But yeah, it's such a funny meme, and just a great reaction. And yeah, and then it went to extra time, which Switzerland basically parked the bus for penalties, in my opinion. I think that's what they did. And Granit Xhaka played great. As an Arsenal fan, I love seeing him play great, but I want to see him play for Arsenal that well. But I don't know if he'll be playing with Arsenal again, but that's a topic for another time. But yeah, and then eventually Jan Sommer with the 1 save on Kylian Mbappe. I'm sure you've seen the pictures. Yeah, just what a finish, what a story, and that's one of the best games I think I've ever watched in an international tournament. So I'm sure that's one of your favorites, but I think there was some others. Ukraine versus Netherlands was really good, a 3-2 win for the Netherlands, and then also that Spain-Croatia game was great too, with random stuff was happening with own goals. So yeah, this tournament was just so fun to watch. I'm so thankful I got to see it, and it just gets me more and more excited for the next World Cup, because I think there's so many good teams and there's not really a clear favorite, just like this Euro. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've had lots of fun doing Euro content, but it's time to move on. Time to do new league stuff because the football leagues are starting up in just about a month now. So I've got a lot of jersey videos, a lot of ranking videos. I could do some stadium rankings. I think that would be cool. So yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment any video ideas for the future, because the Euros are done. And we've also got some kit review videos. I'll give you a little hint in the description maybe of the link of the video. If it's already been posted, it'll be the next video posted. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.